I'm on my way to meet with Secret Beach clients who successfully purchased a casita about a year ago, and we have a couple questions for them. And in this interview, you're going to be hearing about their process of learning about Secret Beach, why they chose Belize, Ambergris Key, and most importantly, the Secret Beach area, lessons they've learned through the process, their experience with me, and most importantly, if they could do it all over again, would they choose the Secret Beach again? If you do not want to get on all the bumps, then you need to take the Secret Beach shuttle. I've done a video about that explains where they're taking off from and their price point. Secondly, as you can see, the gas station is closer than ever to be completed. They've put up a sign that they're now hiring for this specific location. The main building seems to be completed, and along with the gas station, pumps have been set up. It looks like they've been set up, so this is closer than ever to be open. And additionally, we can't forget about the buses coming this side of the Secret Beach. As you can see, the way the buses are working, they are coming from the main town to the Secret Beach area, and then from the Secret Beach area you can get the next one that heads in. So we are here with Maria and Tristan. Tell us a little bit more about, first of all, where you guys from, how you guys found Belize, and a little bit more about your Belize journey.
Well, we live in Maine in the United States. It's the northernmost east state, and we were looking at places to buy with potential to live in the Caribbean. We chose Belize for a few different reasons. One is that English is the primary language. Another is that the currency is pegged to the US dollar, and ease to getting here from the United States.
Some of the other reasons that we chose Belize was when we first traveled here, we had a really enjoyable experience. San Pedro and Ambergris Key in particular are very close to the reef, and we're both very interested in diving. So that's a huge draw for us. And we're also what some people would call mom and pop developers. So we were looking for somewhere that we could take our real estate development skills that we have been learning in the United States and move somewhere offshore that was investor friendly and offered, like Maria said, it was pretty close to home. We could be in Miami in a few hours or less if there's any kind of emergency back in the state. This area in particular in Secret Beach, we're allowed to do some kind of unique structures, and as developers, we're looking to do something pretty unique, which in the United States might be kind of hard to navigate the code compliance. And while there'd be some issues here with that as well, we're pretty confident that we'll be able to do it here. So those were some of our big reasons.
When was it? Maria mentioned something about your first time visiting. What year was that?
When our first trip to Belize was early winter of 2022. So that was kind of our finding investigation journey. And that's when we actually ran you down in the street. So it's kind of funny. I could share that story.
Yeah.
We were actually at a fruit stand, and we were loading up our golf cart with all our fruits and veggies, and I had not contacted Job to set up an appointment with him, but that was something that we had intended to do. And Job drove right past us with his golf cart with his open house signs in the back, and we finished loading up our produce and jumped in the cart and followed him down the street. And with the speed bumps, the traffic was backed up a little bit, and I jumped out of the cart and was like, I don't want to disturb you, I don't want to alert you, but we meant to contact you to see if we could meet up to talk about properties. And Joe pulled over and gave us his contact information, and we got together that week, and here we are in our property.
We did look all over the island. We drove from the far south all the way to the north, and we tried to see as much as possible before we made a decision. And we actually found that we're interested in several different areas here, and would in the future probably be investing in some of the other areas here. But we landed in Secret Beach for a lot of reasons. There's just a lot of lots available here, and we were looking for something bigger, maybe a double lot or 2 or 3 lots, so we could develop one and live on the other or something like that. But this particular property already had a house on it, and it ended up being a good time for us to purchase when it came up, and it just made sense. So yeah, this is where we're gonna at least be our jumping off point.
Question, and I know this is a question where a lot of people have about internet access, because we were just setting up and you was like, oh, you want to use our Wi-Fi, and I forgot that you guys had Wi-Fi. How did that go, the process in that?
That's funny that you ask, because when we were here last year after we closed, we went to the Smart, because being off-grid here at Secret Beach, we needed to do the I believe it's radio waves you get the Wi-Fi through. So we wanted to set that up to have it done while we were here, and they couldn't schedule it while we were here. So we had left, like lockbox keys, and the technician came like just days after we left. And he came and he hooked up the equipment for us and sent us a little video and stuff. He contacted me through WhatsApp and sent us a little video that it was all done. And so we had the Wi-Fi for the whole year. And, when Tristan got here last month, it worked fine and everything's been set. I pay the bill through the internet. It's easy. There's nothing difficult about it. I don't always get the emails from Smart to say that my bill is due, but I know that it's due, so I have to go in and just pay it.
And it's a set amount, so you guys are...
Yeah, it's always the same.
I would just say on the internet, so far we've been really happy with it. We haven't had any interruptions.
What is one thing you guys wish you knew about Secret Beach before buying?
I don't know that I can really think of anything, because we did our research. We did extensive research. We watch a whole bunch of YouTube channels, other realtors that show the area, that talk about the lots, the building, the properties. Like for me, I don't know that there is anything that I wish I knew before, because pretty much what I expected.
Can you give us a little... Go ahead.
Wait, I changed my mind. The lizards or the geckos in the house, that's one thing.
They get in everywhere, right?
They get in everywhere. I would say back home for us, it's like mice in the house.
Yeah.
Like in wintertime, like...
Well, I would definitely second what Maria said. Pests here, including the geckos, and especially the geckos, can be a huge problem that you may not be prepared for. But I think with some persistence, you can tame the wild here a bit. But be prepared. There's a lot of bugs, and this is Mother Nature, pretty raw out here still, which is great. Hopefully it kind of stays like this.
Let's talk a little bit more, and this is a bit of a curveball, about your experience with me. First of all, looking into the market on your own, reaching out to me, and your experience with me looking into real estate and seeing how was my service for you guys. And this is your chance to say how much I sucked, or how much we'll make
No, we love Job, and Job, you were just so great, like so helpful. Like he did a video walkthrough for us on the house, because we found the house online and reached out to Job, like we wanted to work with Job. And he came out to the house, he checked it for us. There were some major electrical issues, and he notified us of that and hooked us up with some local electrician. And we felt really like we were in good hands, because we trusted him.
I would definitely say that the experience with Job and the agency, everything was very professional. They were able to close in a really professional manner. All the documentation was supplied in a very timely manner. It was, for the most part, a lot of clarity in the closing process. and everything went really well. I was really, really happy with it, and I would definitely recommend Job again in the future.
And your whole team.
And the whole team, for sure. They have a whole team, and the team works really well together, and they're very knowledgeable, and I feel like very trustworthy, which is one thing that when you're, it's a huge issue when you're looking to purchase somewhere far away from home. You need to know that someone's trustworthy. And here in Belize, there are a lot of real estate agents, and if you do your research, you'll find out that almost anyone can be a real estate agent here, and that's fine. You really want to go with someone who's recommended.
When you upgraded your batteries,
Sure.
you mentioned how you got a contact here. They were very reliable, and you looked at the price of what you could get that in the States, and you decided to go with the person offering the service here. Can you give us a little insight as to how you went by that and why you decided to choose someone that was already here compared to somebody getting it yourself? Because that's a big topic you hear in Facebook groups and all. Oh yeah, you could bring it down yourself, or you could get it way cheaper in the States. Give us your perspective on that.
Yeah. Well, from my perspective, as a developer and like seeing a lot of construction in my life, I know sometimes you're going to pay a little bit more to get something done, but sometimes it's better to pay that than try to learn a new skill yourself, like importing something to a foreign country. I think it's definitely doable if you want to do that, but probably on a larger scale than just a single project. If you wanted to do it on a single project, yes, you could. I believe that the cost savings is almost not worth it. You may save 20 to 30%, but you're going to do that much in your own labor and time into it. So if you connect with the right people down here, you can find quality products. They definitely will not be the same brands you're used to in most cases, but in some cases there are the same brands here. And the price, like I said, typically I think around 25 to 30% more would be a standard. And I think for most people that paying that little bit extra is probably a smart route to go rather than try to handle everything yourself. And in that case, you also get a professional to install everything and someone to lean on if any issues come up.
Well, that's good. I like to hear that.
And then there's also the duty. So, we've just heard a lot of different stories about paying duty fees. Like, the guy down the street, what did he say? He paid 50% of what his batteries were in duty or something like that, because he brought his own in from the States.
So it was almost kind of like, it comes out to...
Yeah, right. Where's the savings then? Plus you gotta lug, those things are heavy. You gotta lug all that stuff down here or pay extra for your baggage or whatever that, those processes are for your... Yeah, when we came on our fact-finding mission, that when we drove the entire island, we looked at raw land, so stuff that wasn't cleared. We looked at filled land. We looked at single-family homes. We looked at apartments. We looked at condos. We kind of looked at anything that was available, because we did look at other realtors also. But Tristan found this online, and it was listed with one of the local realtors on the island. But we also found out that the previous owners tried to sell it themselves, like for sale by owner, for a year, and it didn't sell. And from what I found, when it was listed with the realtor listed it less than what the people were selling it for. And then when you did the walkthrough for us and saw that some of the systems weren't working properly, I want to always get the deal, so I lowball the offer, and we were really surprised that they accepted our offer immediately. And then, I don't know if you remember, but they ended up taking more off because we had to upgrade the AC unit and the inverter for the solar power. So with the cost of the lot and the building process, with the cistern and the septic and the solar, we think that we got a pretty good deal.
And that's one thing that I was just having a conversation with a buyer who, wanted to ask me my perspective on what I thought the price to offer should be. And, I gave her my perspective on what has been in the market, and she was like, well, I'm actually thinking 25% less than that. And then I was honest with her, and I told her, I don't think they'll accept. But at the end of the day, because Belize doesn't have that, MLS tracking system where you can see how much they paid for when they bought it, or all those stuff, I just, I share with her. I was like, I don't think they'll go for it, but I will present it for you. And at the end of the day, it is the seller who makes the decision whether they want to proceed or not. And that's one of the things I always pinpoint specifically for like a deal like how we had. It was, we put out a price, they accepted it, and then after when we did the inspection, we realized there were issues on it, and we got a credit for it, which is great, So that's definitely a thing for people to realize, is that, especially in Belize, asking price is not really selling price. And back to the point of what you mentioned for sale by owner, I see specifically that usually when for sale by owners post, is because their price points are a bit out of range, and unfortunately a lot of them, I've seen it all the time, people for sale by owner post, and it really is not until an agent comes in and really gives them a perspective of what the price point is like and prices it a bit more aggressively, that there is some action happening in the property too as well. Because it's a weird market, because people, and you guys probably seen it, there are prices that go way up here and there are prices down here, and there's no really, it's kind of more like a throw and see what sticks type of thing, right? If you could have done it again, would you still have done the house over a lot, or would you?
Yeah, so I'm happy. We're happy that we got the house. Originally, our timeline would have, if we had purchased the lots early on in our timeline, would have allowed us to build and be on time. But finding the right lots and the right price and everything took a year, and then that would have left us a year behind to start building. So finding a structure ready to move, essentially ready to move in, we've had to do some things. We'll have to do quite a bit more here, but it allowed us to not wait another year, or I figure it'd take about a year to build here. So yeah, we were able to move in right away.
Another thing that we're really happy about is, we've got bedrock on the property, and the property is where the house is high, and with the rainy season, we've seen other places completely underwater, and that, we're pretty happy about that.
That's good.
The location, the lot, it's good.
How about development? I mean, from the first time you came and visited in 2022 to now 2025, but came here more often, what has been your perspective on development in this area? Has it been slow? Has it been booming? What have you seen more of? Give us a perspective
I
on
would
that.
say slower than I expected here in Secret Beach. I think in town, faster than I expected. A lot of hardware stores popping up. In this area, I think that personally I expected to see more houses being built faster. So that, to me, it doesn't look that different. I mean, there's a new house here or there, but it's not the big boom. It's not the big craze.
Yeah. A lot of people are buying to hold and not doing much as of yet, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed is that approximately 80% of you who are watching have not yet subscribed. And if you're one of the persons who watch my content regularly and haven't subscribed yet, maybe it hasn't popped up yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you think my content is valuable, hit that notification bell too as well, so that you keep on the loop of it, because YouTube has been one of the largest places you guys found information, right?
Yes.
All right, folks. Well, that is it for this Secret Beach video interview. We hope you liked it. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.